So today I would like to show you how to measure diameter in breast height of a single tree (DBH) that are easy and inexpensive by using some household items. So for your information, I will measure the girth or what's so-called the circumference of a single tree instead of using the diameter tape for measuring its DBH. So I will use the value for circumference to calculate the tree diameter. Okay, so this is the items or materials that I will use to measure the girth or circumference of a single tree. So right now I will measure the diameter in breast height of a single tree. So here is the place where I set up my experiment. So I will randomly pick 5 trees to measure its circumference, and then I calculate the diameter. So here is my measuring tape. So you just make sure it is 1.37 meter, this length. Here is the thumbtack. So I pinch at the back of the trees, selected trees, and then now I will start measuring. So make sure the measuring tape is below the ground, above 1.37 meter. Okay. So here is 1.37 meter height, and then above the ground, and then I pinch the thumbtack at the back. A piece of string. Okay, I just mentioned to measure the circumference. Begin with the corner. Yeah, begin at here. Okay, so now I will start to measuring the circumference of the tree. So you just use a piece of string to circle around the bark of the tree, and then here you need to cut at the thumbtack here. So now I will cut. Okay, so I can, this is the measuring tape, then I starting point I'm like then so start from here. Okay, make sure you it's accurate lah. So is how many so this is the 1.37 meter. Okay, so I above the ground. Then I use the thumbtack tool. Oops. Here is 1.37 meter. So now I will start.
We start measuring the tree circumference with a piece of string. Yeah, you just circle the circumference. And then you need to use scissors to cut out the string. Yeah, make sure it's at the point here. Need to accurate. Okay. So now I will use my measuring tape to measure the circumference, see how many centimeters. And then this procedure is repeated for the 3C, 3D, and 3E. Okay, the following four trees. Okay. Later I will show you the last trees because I need to fast forward the video.
Okay, so before I'm moving on, this is the slides that I have made it single tree measuring. I would like to introduce myself. My name is Cheah Yoong Xin, and my metric number is 201911, bearing the subject FHM3202 forest measurement. Okay, here is some simple analysis for my experiment. So I have 5 trees. So here is 3A, 3B, 3C, 3D, and 3E. So come back to these slides. So for the 3A, the girth, or we can call it circumference, I have measured it about 66.0 centimeter. And then the diameter of 3A is 21 centimeter after you use the circumference of 3 to calculate the diameter. And then finally I use the value of diameter to calculate the volume of 3. The volume of 3 logs, wood logs, which is 0.1 cubic meter. So let's see the next one, which is 3B. Is also the girth, which is the circumference of the tree, is 79 centimeter. And moving on is the diameter of the tree. After I use the value of girth to calculate it, is dBH of 22.6 centimeter. And then lastly, volume of the trees is 0.16 cubic meter. Okay, and then 3C, 3D also the same, 3E also. Then here is some simple calculation. So for the first formula is you need to calculate your tree's diameter, dBH in breast diameter in breast height. So if you want to calculate the diameter of a tree, a single tree, you need to make sure that your diameter is in centimeter. And then this formula shows that diameter in centimeter equals to girth or circumference divided by pi. Pi is equal to 3.1415. It's not mistaken. So for the second one is the basa area of tree, BA stand for, and then the unit is in square meter. So this formula is equal to pi d square or divided by 40,000. And then the last one is the volume of the tree. Then the unit is cubic meter. So this formula is equal to pi d square times h times f. H is the height in meter, and then f is a form factor for this experiment, and then you divide it by 40,000. and then you will get your volume. So here is a notes to reminding all of you about my experiment. Okay, so for your information, my diameter in breast height of tree is lower than 30 centimeter. So that I use height h equal to 5 meter to calculate the volume. And then if the diameter is already converted in meter, so you no need to divide it by 100 square. So this is very important when you calculate your so-called BA, basal area, V volume, or even as the diameter. So in conclusion, 3D have the biggest diameter in breast height, which is 25.8 centimeter. And then 3D have the largest circumference of girth, which is 81.0 centimeter. And then 3C and D have the largest volume after calculate, which is 0.16 cubic meter respectively. Means 3C is 0.16 and then my 3D volume also 0.16. So that's all from me. So before I end up this presentation, I would like to show you my calculation. So this is the diameter, my calculation on diameter, and then my calculation on the basal area, and then my calculation on the volume of tree. So this is 3A, 3B, 3C, 3D, and then lastly 3E. This is the just a simple table for my observation and results. So here you can see on the left hand side is the tree number, which I classify them as 3A, 3B, 3C, 3D, and 3E. So the total number of trees I have measured is 5 trees. And then followed by the girth, which is the circumference of the tree, 66, 71, 70, 79, 81 meter. So all the value I put it in 1 decimal places. And then this is the diameter in breast height DBH of my trees in centimeter, 21, 22.6, 25.1, 25.8, and then lastly 19.4. And then the last one is the volume of the tree in cubic meter, which is 0.1, 0.13, 0.16. This is also 0.16, and then the last one is 0.1. So this is just a notes the key notes. Diameter in centimeter lesser than or equals to 30 centimeter, I will use the height 5 meter to calculate the basal area and also my volume. Okay.